Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? Hopefully the mental and the physical health is good and fit. So today is this: inevitable success and inevitable failure. What's that, right? And what if you've been living the life pretending to be somebody else? Because when you express yourself, the true feelings or whatever you felt, and somebody poked fun of you or made you feel really bad or put the shame on you because it sounded bad or it didn't sound right to them, and you felt this discomfort feeling or maybe got hurt, so you decided not to express yourself anymore because you just don't want to expose yourself to being criticized or being judged. So you kind of hide your true self under the shelf or putting really deep inside of your subconscious mind, and you chose to live the life pretending to be someone who's been accepted or really nice, or people like that person, or just go along with the life because that's the survival mode. That's the only way that you know to go through the life. I've been there. I expressed the feelings or the thoughts like when I was little, and then later in life too. Later, I mean the teenage or around that time. And the people backed off like, oh my God, what's that? Or, parents saying like, that's shame on you, or some sort of that negative feedback. So I kind of decided that, okay, that's not what people think. Maybe I'm the one who's weird and different. So instead, I just hid myself really hard and live the life, like pretend to be a really nice person, just go along with the flow. And that, you can do this for many, many years, but you know exactly that's not you. And from time to time, it will pop up, which it did for me too. But you tend to ignore it because you don't have the guts to face, that true feelings. It's scary. And at the same time, you're not quite sure who you really are because one side of you said, this is not you. The other side says, well, you gotta do this way because it's a survival mode. And as soon as you hit a certain point, it's more like a breaking point that you can't do this anymore. Like you have burning desire to do certain things. You maybe have a big goal or big dreams, but it might really seem unfit for the person that you're pretending to be. So you have this gap in between who you really, really are and whoever that you're pretending to be, just to please people around you, or the family, the friends. And as soon as you realize this, you start to become aware of, okay, this is not you. This is not what you really feel. This is not what the true feelings coming out of you. You have big goal, big desire, which to some people might be so silly, it's impossible. They don't even want to hear it, but that's okay. That's the true feeling that it's coming out of you. Like you have this burning desire to do something. And if you've been ignoring it, this is the time to really pay attention and be honest to yourself. What you really want to do with your life. You have some time left on this planet, and you wanted to do something. Maybe you have a big goal to achieve or the dreams that you wanted to do. And if you've been suppressing it, it really hurt your feelings. and it starts to eat away your soul. So as soon as you realize this, you start to release all those negative beliefs that maybe because when you're little you were told off, or you're being judged to the things that you've said, which came from the true self, and you had these really bad feelings after, like bad aftertaste kind of feeling. But that came from other people, not from you. So you learn to separate those energy, like those feelings which are coming from other people. So you start to release those feelings. It's not coming out of you. So you learn to separate those feelings that's coming out of you, the negativities and those heaviness feelings, because that's their thing too. They might have their areas where they're just not satisfied with or frustrated with, so they just dump it on you sometimes. And you feel it like, oh my God, I don't like that feeling, so you stop expressing yourself. But when you look internally and you know exactly what you really want to do, and be honest with yourself, and that might not please other people that you've been doing it, but that's okay, because as soon as you realize that, when you keep doing that, that's inevitable failure, because at a certain point you will hit the breaking point and you will go explode maybe, or depressed, one or the other, because you're really torn in between from who you really are and the someone that you're pretending to be. So it's time to really look internally to realize who you really are, like what you really want to do, just the true self, like the feelings and emotions that you have, or the intuitions you feel. And those are the most important things to follow. There are so many opinions or the feelings from outside, but the truth is coming from you internally. The feelings and intuitions and gut feelings, and that's the most important that you need to listen to. And you will know what you really want it to be and who you really are, and you don't need to pretend to be somebody else anymore. That might not please somebody else, but that's okay, because that's not you anyways. So when you do that to yourself, you will set yourself like inevitable success, because you're so true to yourself, and the people will appreciate the pure energy coming out of you, not the pretend one, like, okay, I want to be perfect, and you pretend to be perfect, but humans are not perfect. And the fact is, it's nice to see the areas of side of people who are not good at certain things, because when you're totally perfect, that becomes boring, that becomes like not exciting, because everything is perfect. And people do grow and progress because we are not perfect. We constantly grow and progress in a process that we discover new things about ourselves. We explore more about ourselves, and you learn so much about ourselves that you think that it wasn't impossible, but now you could do it. Or you really start to interested in yourself. You start to really like yourself, because it's just nurturing process that you try something, you fail, but you try more and finally accomplished, you really appreciate that process and experiences that you've gone through. And to show that to other people who will see the pure energy out of you, that so honest, and they really appreciate and learn that whole energy being so truthful. And we have those sensors inside of ourselves that the lie is not a way to live, because you can last for a while, but it will become a breaking point. And you have to really show who you are anyway. So just to be yourself, let go of all those worries and anxieties that people will give you, and you just listen to who you really are and the intuitions and the feelings that are coming out of your heart. And those gut feelings are very important too. So keen on those sensors that we already have inside of us. So that will be it for today. So see you soon and talk to you soon. Bye bye.